What's up?
What up?
What up? What
What's
up?
up, Straygodz? I'm talking to Straygodz, Mimer21, and Foreigner.
Building.
Yep.
Thanks for having us, Josh.
Yeah. Thanks for
Always
being
good
part of
seeing
it.
you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm actually a friend and a customer and a fan and all of it. So I might have
One of the
or
biggest,
two- I
one
might
of the
have one or-
biggest and best. So we appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Privileged to be here,
Uh,
man.
And if nobody knows, the intro and the outro songs to the YouTube videos are actually Mimer. And Mimer got me in the studio for my very first ever rap song, which is yeah, the production on it's amazing. It's super fun. I had a good time. And it is addicting.
It is.
Man, yeah, it just makes you want to just keep doing it and getting better at it.
Definitely.
I've seen you guys since I wasn't your first performance, but the first time I saw you at Bar Red, compared to the last time I saw you perform, like your gains have been monumental. When I think of you guys, I think of like vision to fruition. I see super focused, super dedicated to the craft, willing to invest time and money and whatever it takes to get better. Schooling, classes, you name it. So kudos.
Appreciate that. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to be willing to put in the work and put in the grind, because I mean, it's not going to be handed to you under any circumstances. So we just kind of found a lane, and we're just trying to stay in our lane because it works for us. And you know, it may not work for everybody else, but you know, it's what we're doing. So we're gonna keep doing it.
Anymore, there's no excuse, man. You have everything at your fingertips.
There's
no
true.
excuses. You just do it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I was having breakfast with some friends today, and we were talking about like just graduating from college or going to the armed forces or whatever. You can come out of it with nothing real easy. You know, if you don't have any grit and determination in the end, it doesn't matter what you know. It's, you know, wisdom is how you apply your knowledge. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's transparent.
Exactly.
That's transparent with you guys for sure. So I call you Denver. But one of you is a Foreigner.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
where are you from?
I was born in Bielsko-Biała, Poland, man.
Okay.
Try pronouncing that.
I can know I can't. So
Yeah,
Poland's a big country.
I've been a
Whereabouts?
Denverite since 3 years old. Moved here,
Yeah.
escaping Cold War shit. You know what I mean? Political shit. We were political refugees, me and my family. So came here in '86. Now I've been Denver bound since then, man.
What was going on in Poland in 1986? What part of the country first?
You know, communism took over after, you know, during the height of the Cold War and shit. And my pops actually helped run an underground newspaper, like an anti-communist newspaper. Him and his buddies got caught. One of them ratted everybody out, and so he faced jail time, or since you don't like the country so much, you could deport and leave. And he had an aunt out here in Denver, so she sponsored us. The rest is history, really.
Crazy. Okay. So you have a big brother, heavily inspired you to listen to hip hop.
Yeah, he definitely got me into hip hop at a younger age. Anything he was doing, I was trying to follow. Little brother syndrome, 100%. You know what I mean? So from rocking his clothes to just trying to follow him to fucking shows and parties and shit, like that's what I did.
Right.
Grew a love for it. I started actually b-boying as far as hip hop's concerned, man. That was like my main focus, main love as a youth. You know what I mean? Your body breaks down as you get older, man. So there's less and less of that.
No kidding. So you were dancing at how old?
Like middle school, like when I met this cat, man. Like, yeah.
Yep.
And then tagging. Mimer, you got into tagging at that time too?
So I started getting into graph about beginning of 7th grade, like the summer of going into 7th grade was when I started really noticing it on the streets, and that's when I started wanting to fuck with it. And that's also the same time that I met Foreigner, was 7th grade Spanish class. So him already having his heavy hip hop influence from his older brother, that really helped me along, because now I had somebody that I knew that I was cool with, that I could kind of, you know, steal ideas and concepts and shit from. But yeah, so for me, it started with graffiti. I did get into breaking a little bit, but I was never really that good at it, and I never excelled at it, so it wasn't something I stuck with for very long. But yeah, graffiti for me was like a drug for a long time.
That was an outlet for all of us, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that's what we did when we were younger kids through, you know, middle school through high school, was we were out destroying train yards and painting bridges and fucking just getting up. That was the whole name of the game for a long time.
Yeah, city life, huh? Yeah. So, you have connection, Mimer, to San Diego. So, is that where you're from? Before Colorado?
No, I'm from Denver, so I'm born and
Okay.
raised in Denver. So it starts through a graffiti connection, actually. A few of my buddies that used to live in Denver were in a graffiti crew, and then we had our graffiti crew, which both of those were tied in with like what I would call a mother crew, I guess.
right.
So my boy Dano was with the other crew, and that's how I know him, is through Graph. And they all started making music. When they bounced back to San Diego, they got heavily involved in making music. And one year he was out here and just had the conversation about doing an album with me and said he would produce it. And it's kind of where it all started. So that's where my San Diego ties start. Is I've got a number of friends out there through graffiti, and then through doing music with Dano, I've slowly made other connections by going out there doing shows, studio time, things like that. So that's, now I'd say I have a pretty heavy San Diego affiliation, if you would say. So it's my home away from home for sure.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I kind of just assumed that you had lived there at some point. So yeah, that's
Nope.
interesting. And the last the podcast I listened to, you guys talked about just how many doors hip hop opens for you, and
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
connections you made, and just like, you know, good people in general, just getting to meet artists and creators, and yeah,
Like, I mean,
it's an escape from reality.
music has molded the person you see in front of you today, for sure. It's helped me break boundaries and barriers that I never thought I could break through life. I had really bad social anxiety growing up, so I think that's one reason I levitated towards graffiti more in the hip hop scene than I did anything else, because graffiti's done in the dark. It's done by yourself. You're not sharing that shit, like, other than people seeing your name. That's pretty much all there is to it. So it fit my personality at the time very well.
Yeah, that's interesting, because like, as isolated as Graph is, man, I expected that from music or any art, really. Like, it's like that for any kind of artist, you know what I mean? You're in your head, you're by yourself, nobody gives a fuck. What I was shocked with is, like, when we started doing music and putting it out and getting out there, like, the connections we made were genuine and really cool. The community was hyped, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, we're used to crabs in a barrel, Denver, you know, so, and there is still that, but for the most part, man, like, real recognizable, and it was dope to be accepted in a community, you know what I mean, that we honestly had a late start in.
Yeah, it seems like there's definitely mostly the attitude in Denver that people want to see people win, mostly. So
yeah,
for the most part, yeah.
I'm rooting for everybody, honestly, unless they cross me.
There's definitely barriers that have to be broke through. Like, I'm pushing hard to get us onto some of these bigger stages, into some of these bigger venues, opening for shows like that and stuff. And like, we did get put on Cervantes opener list, which that's dope. I can't wait for something like that to happen. But some of these other venues, man, it's like pulling teeth just to even get somebody to respond to you. Like, even just to tell you, no, we don't want to have you on our stage. Like, just, if you don't want me, just say no, man. I'll quit fucking sending you my email every 3 days. Like,
right.
So, but I think that's part of the game too. Like, you got to break down those walls, and you got to break down those barriers. Sometimes doors don't open. Sometimes you got to kick that motherfucker open. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So,
well, and like the crabs in a barrel thing, it's like, I mean, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of artists in Denver, which is great, right? It pushes each other to be better, but you gotta climb, you know. Climb and claw your way.
And there's always somebody there trying to pull you back down too. That's the shitty thing about it too. Like, there's always somebody in the background that you may not even know who they are. You may not have a problem with them. They don't like, who are these cats that stormed on the scene and now they're doing this, that they just don't like you for that reason. Like, I don't know. I think that's more of a reason to like somebody. Like, shit, learn a little something from work ethic, man. Like, ain't no thing. Like, that's all it is. That's all. That's what's pushed us to from where we started to where we are now, is literally just work ethic, just consistency, willing to grind, get better, learn, grind, get better, learn. Like, so if you're mad at that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. No, not at all. Yeah, your professionalism speaks for itself for sure. Yeah. So you guys, aside from music, so when was your first album that was produced by Dano? What year did that come out?
That dropped 2021.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like that long ago, but that was 5 years
It's not.
ago.
So we dabbled and fucked around in studios and made music here and there. I've got a few tracks out with some older people that I ran with back in the day. A lot of what pushed me to kind of take the reins and start wanting to do this myself is because I saw the potential and I saw there was more there. It's just nobody wanted to do anything with it. It was more of like, you know, sessions of getting together and hanging out in the basement, smoking blunts and hoping that you'd get your opportunity to get on the mic. And if you did get a chance to record something, like maybe they'd put it out, maybe it would just sit in a vault for the rest of its life. And so I just kind of got tired of that. So when I got the opportunity with Dano, not only did he produce and help me figure out like how to record vocals and do all that, when I flew out to San Diego to finalize the project with him, we sat down for a studio session, obviously, because I was out there. And he ran me down on like just the simplicity of making beats and just like basic production. And just by being able to see that hands-on, I was like, well, shit, I can do this. So I came home and started buying equipment to make beats and stuff. Like, so that's, and that was kind of more of that gatekeeper shit too, is like, these heads didn't really want to show you secrets. They didn't want to answer questions. Like, they were like, well, that's my thing and I do that. So you just go sit over there and wait your turn to get on the mic type shit. Like,
yeah. And you said something about YouTube University, like now you can't hold anybody back. They'll learn whatever they want to learn now. Right. So
I still, like, I'm by no means an expert at anything I do. And I'm constantly, especially when I'm buying new equipment and stuff. I mean, man, YouTube's your best damn friend. It can be your worst enemy too, but
yeah. Nice. So and then Foreigner, when was your first project?
I think that was 2021 or 2022. I think. Yeah, 2022, year after that.
And was that produced by Mimer?
Yeah, that was Mimer, man. Most of my shit's produced by Mimer. I don't stray away too often. I did for these Death Wish EPs just because I wanted to. It was kind of like a death wish list of people I just wanted to work with. You know what I mean? Like off the bat. But yeah, it's mostly Mimer, man.
And so then since then, you guys have 219 tracks together.
Is that right?
Well, separate and together.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, I think I have a playlist
that.
on Apple Music. It's just like all of your guys. Yeah,
there's still unreleased shit too.
Yeah, like
yeah, there always is with you guys.
We're actually sitting on a whole Straygodz album right now that I'm just like, I'll release that when I feel like it. Like, it's one of those things. Like, you get to a point where shit's just built up in the vault, and
like you said, man, it's addicting. Like, I love the whole process from concept to writing to recording. I'm starting to like performing a little more. Like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it anymore. So that's cool.
We're getting in there.
I like the whole process, man. Making music it does something for me, man. I can't explain it. I'm gonna keep doing it till I can.
I love that. I love that. I've always been like a collector of things, you know.
Yeah, me too, man.
Like just lately, I'm more all about producing things as opposed to consuming things. You know, consuming for inspiration. But yeah, I just like, I don't know. I chased. You call it chasing the dragon, but just trying to find happiness buying things, getting things, and collecting things, and like last.
And I'm a collector too, like from comic books to anything, toys, all kinds of shit. If you come to my house, man, you'll see, man, it's a sickness. It was for 30 years, and I felt the same way. It's so much better creating something and putting it out and like not have to own everything. I don't know what that inherent thing is to like see something you like and be like, I need to own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's just a weird thing. So I'm 100% in the same boat with you, man. We should have
Nice.
swapped collections one day, swap pictures of collections one day.
Let's do it, man. Let's
Yeah.
do it. So 219 tracks. Tell us about upcoming music for Straygodz, individual projects. What's
So
the
I've
next
got
one?
I've got a project dropping on Valentine's Day that's called the Scumbags Love Letters. So 2/14/26 that drops. It's 8 tracks, so 10 tracks with the intro and outro. And it's really on some different shit. It's kind of out of my wheelhouse. I mean, there's a reason why I'm dropping it on Valentine's Day, because it's obviously kind of directed towards the ladies a little bit, but I'm grimy and I can't get away from that. So it's like, you know, it's like LL Cool J meets R.A. the Rugged Man. Like, I don't know, that's the best way I could describe it. I've been on the fence about releasing it. Foreigner got to hear it the other day, and he kind of talked me off the ledge a little bit. So we're gonna put it out. It's gonna be for some people, and some people are not gonna like it. But that's kind of what it is when you put out music. So yeah,
That's all right.
and then April 17th, 2026, I'm dropping a much anticipated project called The Miseducation of Pee Wee Herman.
Right.
And
Good
that's
shit. I've heard most of it. It's dope.
that's 13 tracks, so it's a full LP, and it's really like some shit from my heart. It's about myself, a lot of my strife and struggles through life and things like that, you know, relatable events for everybody. It's not just rapping and talking shit. So again, something else that's a little out of my wheelhouse, but I've had this project on my mind for over a decade. So even before I even really heavily got into making music, Crooked Hooks made the cover for it. And I've been sitting on that for like 3 years, just kind of waiting on the right mindset, right mind state to be able to knock that project out. And then
I'm just coming off of the new Last Death Wish EP produced by Mr. Bisky from Brown Bombers and shit. And I'm working on my solo right now, my third solo. I got a title. Save Yourself will be the title. SAVIORSELAF. Save Yourself.
Is that a EP or LP full length?
That's gonna be a full length, man. Yeah.
Okay.
So
what's
I'm kind of taking my time with it.
Okay. So the one you did with Mr. Bisky, is that the one you were going to release a video a day, or what was that? I heard you say something
And
about
I did. Like a week prior to it, we released each track as a video first, and then the album dropped. So those are all available on YouTube, under the Straygodz Music YouTube.
Nice. Well, I haven't had a chance to listen to that, but I'm gonna listen to that tonight.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. I love all the Death Wish ones, man. Those were all like real fun projects. Each producer brought something different and made me work in a different way somehow, and kind of took me out of my comfort zone. But I think it really pushed me. It shows, I think, like so.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's Mimer, you have a sound in your production that's like undeniable. Like I could hear, you know what I mean? Like I can hear it with no words, having never heard it before, and I'll be like, that's a Mimer track. So I think that like to get comfortable with that, it'd be hard to like rap to a different producer at first, you know, especially 3 or 4 different producers. So I think
I definitely got comfortable like writing to Mimer's beats and like having that sound for a while. When I did the first one away from him with Admiral Atlas, I felt stuck. Like for the first time listening to the beats, like they weren't even like comprised at first for a rap song. You know what I mean? He's a DJ, he's a beat producer. He was like, they were lengthy like hooks and things like that. You know, they weren't really formatted for an MC. So I just had to figure it out. You know what I mean? Right. I just had to like, this is where I'm gonna put my hook. This is what I'm gonna do with this. You know, I think it came out beautifully though, doing that. Like it actually made it make sense to do it that way.
I like working with other producers. I'm not so set in my ways that I'm like, I'm only going to do my own shit, because we all fall into our formulas and the things that we do that help speed up our workflow workflow and things like that. So a lot of what each producer does is formulated that his style and how he makes beats.
Right.
So each beat, if you listen to him, you can find the formula in it. You can find how each beat is made. So it's always good to expand out and work with somebody else and do shit on other people's shit, because we all make shit a little bit differently. So as an MC, it forces me to be a little bit different when I rap to those. And then when I do come back to my own shit, I have a little bit different flavor now, because I've learned something from doing something a little different. And it works that way with production too, especially rapping over somebody else's beat, because I'll catch little nuances in their beat that I'll write to, and I'll be like, oh, I never thought about doing that. And then down the road, I'll incorporate something like that into one of my beats. Like,
even just seeing like another artist's process, you'll pick up something from it and be like, that's how we're doing those ad libs from now on. You know what I mean? Or something like that.
Yeah,
Like you'll pick something,
totally.
sword sharpens sword every fucking time. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's a super humble way to look at it too, because like the other side of it is the more people you work with, the bigger your fan base grows exponentially. Like if you do a project with somebody on the East Coast and you get 5 of their fans that pay for stuff, that's huge.
yeah, absolutely.
I call it cross-pollination, but like, yeah, I think eventually it'd be cool to like work with artists overseas too, like someone from Poland. Do you speak any Polish?
yeah, I speak fluent Polish, man. I think in English, so writing rhymes in Polish and things like that, I'm at a basic level, you know what I mean? I'm at like a high school level of Polish.
Yeah.
I understand it all. I speak fluent, but it's just limited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My brain processes everything in English. So there's that translation aspect to everything,
Yeah.
I do find though, when I have been back, visiting family and shit like that, the longer I'm there and speaking Polish, I become more and more fluent in it, to the point where they're like, fuck, I can't even tell you're American anymore. So it's like, it's just practice really with that shit.
Right.
That being said, like my cousin's really into hip hop out there, man. Grew up around this big collective of like MCs they call Vuvuo and shit. Like he's from the same neighborhood as them, so he doesn't know them but knows them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would love for one day to make that connection. That'd be fucking dope. Like,
yeah,
that'd be a dream of mine. That I don't know if it would ever happen, but it's a possibility. Like there's
We
a
can do
slight connection there. I think we
gonna-
can make it happen.
we can
You know
do
what
it.
I mean?
it's gonna happen.
We'll be out there rocking at some point. Watch.
Right on. So in addition to music coming out, you guys do a lot of merch too. Who designs your t-shirts and your prints for t-shirts and sweatshirts and
Whoever's willing to, man.
So I mean, me and Foreigner do, I'd say probably 60% of it.
stuff? Okay.
And then we've got, coming from an artist background, got just a handful of artist friends that, they get bored one night and they just draw something up and they're like, oh, that's fucking Straygodz. And they send it to us and we're like, oh, that's the next album cover. Like, and then that
Nice.
becomes a t-shirt. So it's, we do a lot of it ourselves, but we do get probably maybe close to half of it is from outside sources of either buying imagery. Crooked Hooks has done a ton of shit for us.
Shout out Crooked Hooks.
Jupe's done some stuff for us. So Guts is always good for hand styles and shit like that. He actually helped with the newest t-shirt design that I just released. So like, yeah, it's 50-50.
Like I said, whoever's willing to do it, that's it.
Yeah. So I like a lot of your prints. I know you did some of them and some are Crooked Hooks, but yeah, they're just like grimy, like you said, but they're just like hip hop. Like that, the Under Bridges print is probably one of my favorites too. But it's like just like pure hip hop. Yeah, some of your Under Bridges was another great project that you guys did. But I was
Under
thinking about
Bridges was good. That one's that's a little older. Was that on your second one or your first one?
Second one.
Second one. So that was off of his second LP, obviously produced by me. He's got a real good knack at making hooks and things sound sample-ish or taking somebody else's hook concept and flipping it just enough to be his own concept that it's dope. And that's one thing that I really like about working with him that's that fucking undeniable hip hop knowledge since he was fucking 6 years old or whatever, like watching Yo MTV raps to learn English.
Right, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, your writing style is awesome, dude. I envy your ability to write intelligently.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
your
always
topics
prided
are right up
myself
my-
on my writing. That's like the one thing my teachers growing up would try to push me towards. They're like, "You're a fucking writer. Write books, write something, write journals, write. Write."
Yeah,
I never really took it too much. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. But I do enjoy it, man. Like, I will say, as English being my second language, I commanded it pretty well. Like, I'm more comfortable writing and speaking and thinking in English than Polish. So
sure.
I just like the way it's set up, I guess. You could be clever, you know what I mean? There's language is cool, man.
Yeah, yes, it is.
I had to use it. I had to write, man. I have to write.
So I met you guys at Bar Red, and like through like connections at Bar Red, you guys have been able to work with some of the artists that have performed there. Do you want to talk about some of the connections you've made and features that you've done with artists?
I mean, first and foremost, just the overall connection with the family there, and to be able to be, you know, I mean, we're definitely part of that family now, and to be welcomed in the way that we were as quickly as we were, you know, all those guys from, you know, it starts with Status, the whole Bar Red crew, Graybeard, Flows, 80 Spades, Things That Go Bump,
Big house,
Complex, all those guys, like everybody that frequents and is a normal staple there.
Fucking stat.
I said stat. I said stat. That's been the biggest thing for me, is just to be able to build, you know, friendships with these guys, and they've been a huge staple to us in learning and being able to grow and move forward, especially Status has always been there with, you know, the honest opinion and some of the best advice for us, not to mention just opening the door to allow us to perform there and be able to do some of the shows that we've done. As far as like bigger name artists and stuff, because I've worked with pretty much everybody that's ever stepped foot in Bar Red. Like, and if I haven't worked with you, we've discussed working and it's in the works now. But we've had the pleasure and blessing of being able to work with Elda Sensei from Artifacts. That's from being on the graffiti scene in the mid-90s and shit, Artifacts were a staple for us. So for that to come full circle like that and us to have a track with him, and it's a graph track too. So
for Elda really bless dope. It like the way he did, and he told Mimer, man, that fucking beat reminded him of a chaos beat. So that was everything, man. Like,
that's awesome. And that track was Writer's Bench.
Yeah, Writer's Bench.
Writer's Bench.
That was the track. That was the other track I was trying to think of. Yeah, that's a killer one.
And then the other one we got to work with Afro, and I mean he's everything like to work with. He's super professional, super humble. He absolutely
one of the coolest motherfuckers ever.
And he absolutely crushed the track. Quick turnaround time, like super dope. That track's called Hopping Fences. That's pretty much where we've gone with the major features right now. I do have some shit in the works. That will be down the road a little bit, but some things that I'm working on with a few other people. I don't want to announce anything until shit's like super official, you know, but there will be some bigger features. And then, I mean, I've had this idea of doing a little album called Straygodz and Friends, because I've done a full feature album. So I think it would only be fitting if Straygodz did a full feature album and have, you know, all, you know, the normal characters on it, just
usual suspects.
Because there are people that I've worked with that haven't worked with Straygodz, you know what I mean? We don't have Straygodz don't have a song with Status, so I think it's about time for that one to happen.
Yeah.
And then there's people that roll through there that I haven't had the opportunity to work with that I know we would love to work with. 3-2 and Hiding to Be Found, for one. Every time I see those guys perform, whether they're together or separately, they always put on an amazing show. Super talented. Your boy Easy to General, would love to do a track with him. Who else? BRA, I wouldn't mind working with her. We're always trying to find that, you know, females have a different type of sound and a different style.
Just brings another layer to everything, especially on the grimy shit.
And
I love that juxtaposition.
There's a handful of shit that I've done where I'm like, damn, a girl's voice would sound amazing on this. Like, so Yeah. So, and then obviously there's tons of artists that come through there that we would love to work with. But,
Who's that one? E-Turn, man.
oh yeah,
I
E-Turn.
want to work with E-Turn. I think we should do something with her. Like she's
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
hella dope.
She
Hella
came in with
hip-hop,
home
man.
with singing.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, that was one of the questions I was going to ask you is who would you want to work with locally? So we'll put this out there. Straygodz is looking for some female singers to sing some hooks and choruses.
Oh, we've been
and
putting it
lead
out. No
rappers.
one's listening.
And we will, it's not always about who we want to work with. You know what I mean? If you want to work with us, we're always an open door over here. So, and I'll be the first to tell you if you're no good and you record some shit with us, I'll tell you you're no good, but I'll also be the one to, you know, try to help coach you up and tell you what you're doing wrong and what you need to change and what you need to do different. And I'm by far not an expert, so, but I'll share what knowledge I have. So we're an open door if you want to work with us, man. I got nothing but beats sitting around, so we can do that too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'll plug you too. Like, man, you've got the full studio, full setup. Yeah, you understand what's going on, and it's like walking into a professional studio. Like, you're the man. So, yeah, if anyone wants to work.
I built the studio instead of having a kitchen, so
Yeah.
it's back there.
Yeah. Well, I personally, I can tell you how valuable it is just to have someone open their door in a friendly way, because it is like, it can be really intimidating if you've never been to the studio or a studio.
Bro, I was scared shitless in the booth here, and that's my friend for fucking 20 plus years.
Sure.
It was intimidating as fuck, man. It kind of still is sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Real quick to back up a little bit, like when you said Zach gave you real like honest advice, do you want to share any of that advice that like helped you or pushed you further?
I like to say this one a lot. It's probably been said before, but I remember one time he was like, just because you got 10 tracks don't make it an album, you know? And like at first I was like, man, fuck that. I'm putting shit out, like fuck it. But I know now, like after doing this, I know what he meant, man. Or at least what I take it as now, and I use this shit, especially like with this newest album I'm working on, is take your time with them bits, you know what I mean? Like, you don't necessarily, just because them 10 tracks are done, recorded there, like, keep listening to it. Go back, edit. Editing is like fucking everything in any art form. You know what I mean? Too much, it's out the window.
Well, and it's a lot of, I know what he meant by it, because when we first started, we were just doing music, and then, you know, we'd compile 12 records or tracks and put them together, and that'd be an album. Well, there's no like flow
cohesion to them. There's no editing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
anything to that. And if you go listen to like our last, I think it really started with A Bloody Affair. There's a real good like flow to that album, and then it goes into the projects after that was the dual EP, the Reservoir Gods and the Stray Kids. Those are based around movies, and each one of those tracks are based around scenes within those movies. So like there's some cohesion and flow to that. And then that led into the solo projects that him and I are working on now that have full cohesion and flow, and the beats all flow nicely together from track to track. And so yeah, back then when he first said it to us, I was like, same thing. I was like, man, fuck
chip
you.
on my shoulder, like fuck that.
Put out as much music as I can, but
listening.
like I totally get it now. Like,
yeah.
And those songs that you do that don't necessarily fit on an album, if they're good, those are just singles that you put out. Like,
not only that, but he's given us great advice for even like the live performances, how to like make shit better, how to do
track arrangements, what tracks hit, what tracks we shouldn't perform. Like we performed Hoppin' Fences one night because we thought it was dope. It was the Afro show 2 years ago. We performed that. It was pretty much shortly after that song came out.
It was like a week after. Yeah.
And because we thought it was dope. Oh, it's the Afro show we're gonna do. Well, it's a kind of a slow song. Like, and he was like, "Yeah."
Did it work? Yeah,
didn't.
Right there at the
crowd
end,
was like, "All right, we're all gonna go out and smoke right now," like type shit. So he's been good at that. He's always given me good feedback on like my beats and stuff, and you know, things that I should, if like I drop something he's heard or something. He's always good about whether it's good or bad, like shit like that. So
the acapella set, like break too, like told us like you see there's always going to be a point in the live sets where like people are going to go to the bar and grab their drinks, and they're you see them drifting away. like throw in an acapella set ready. You know what I mean? Where you just start spitting it acapella and you watch like heads just kind of snap from the bar because it stops the music, it stops the whole flow of shit. Now you got just an intimate you and the MC. And he's so fucking right about that. We did that in our San Diego show, you know what I mean? And like those people, that's I love that part where you did that. Like, you know what I mean? It just stands out and it gets them back involved into the show. So little shit like that, like that's a huge gem that even I just gave heads, and nobody's willing to give them shits out.
Right.
Status is willing to do that. You know what I mean? And I would listen for the most part. Now I listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he knows what he's fucking doing. I should have listened in the first.
Nice. That's great advice. Well, speaking of Bar Red, you guys have an upcoming show. You want to talk about that? Two upcoming shows. Yeah, let's talk about those.
So to start with, Free Maurice.
Yeah, Free Maurice. Yeah.
April 4th is the Maurice release party, as I'm calling it, because that's when my guy gets out. He'll be headlining. We'll obviously be rocking that show. So we got something pretty dope planned out. Something that kind of fits more the Maurice feel of things that we're gonna rock for y'all. And then April 17th, man, headline show, Bar Red. Come check us out. Super blessed for Status to be giving us this opportunity. Super fucking just proud and kind of overwhelmed at the same time. We got a dope list of headliners, not headliners. Well, they should be headliners, openers that are opening for us. It's also my birthday weekend, so we're going to be getting it in for the birthday, and I'm releasing an album that day. So
sweet.
That's going to be a good one. So don't miss. It's a free show. I want to pack that place out, not only to make Straygodz look good, but just let's pack it out. Let's have a good time. It's going to be a good night of hip hop, and come out and celebrate with your boys. And
right
so
on.
that's that.
Yeah. So the last thing I like to ask artists is, like throughout your life, like we always kind of have aha moments, you know, for whatever reason, you know, we go through a hardship or whatever and come out on the other side with a little bit of knowledge or wisdom. Is there any like wisdom you'd like to depart on your listeners today, or words of encouragement or words of advice?
I got a couple things. First one's quick is if you want to do something, just do it. Don't hold back. Just do it. Put forth the effort to do it. You'll find out in the long run that if you put in the work, no matter what you think anybody else is going to think, you'll start to excel at whatever you're doing. My second thing is life is all about perpetual motion. So you got to keep moving forward. Always keep moving forward. Always try to excel. Always try to be better. You're going to have situations that'll pop up in life that are going to try to hold you up and be, you know, quote unquote roadblocks. You got to just keep moving through those, keep moving forward, because being stuck on still is not a fun way to live. So keep growing and keep moving forward. Perpetual motion, man.
Well, that kind of goes along with his one, man, is just do the shit now, man. Like put the music out. That's what I want to fucking tell all the artists, all the producers, MCs. Fucking, if you're painting and holding on to your paint, put that shit out there, man. Just put it out. You can't take it with you when you go. We're all here for a fucking limited time, and you don't know what that limit is, man. So put the shit out there, man. So somebody's gonna like it, even if they fucking don't. You like it, fucking put it out.
It may not be for everybody, but it's probably for somebody.
Because on the flip side, some of my favorite MCs, like locally, whatever, any MC. I've heard all the horror stories of that shit sitting on your fucking computer and then a flood or a fucking power outage or just whatever. And like masterpieces have gone to the ether like that. You know what I mean? Put the shit out there, man.
Right on.
You don't have to rush it, like edit it, make sure it's like adequate for your likings, but don't just sit on that shit for whatever reason. You don't think it's good enough or like it's not the right time, or put the shit out there, man. We all want to hear it. Fuck it.
Fantastic. So Mimer, you got like a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
So what's your advice to people that don't have time to be artists?
That's bullshit.
Okay, so when do you find time?
So when you're out clubbing at night, or you're out running around with your homeboys doing hood rat shit, or you're out at the bars, or you're out doing all that dumb shit, your boy's at home working on music. So
All right.
I've taken a path where I don't want to. I enjoy doing all that shit. Don't get me wrong. Like I
Right.
like doing hood rat shit with my homeboys and shit, like going out to the
And
bars,
they
and club
smoke
hopping
with
and shit. Like,
cigarettes.
but I've decided I'm going to take a path that I want to focus on something that's a little more productive and that I actually, at the end of the day, enjoy doing a lot more. My wallet stays a lot fatter, and I stay out of trouble. So
Nice.
I find time in making music where other people find time for partying and outside leisure, basically. And it's not because I don't have a life, because I still go out and do shit all the fucking time, but it's not my main focus anymore. Like if I come home from work, lately I've been going to the gym 3 times a week, so I knock that out, and the first thing I do is I come sit at the studio. I've always got something either on deck that I was working on or something that needs to be finished. So that's part of it too, is always wanting to keep, moving forward, perpetual motion. So yeah.
And when you're doing it all yourself, man, like you gotta find time, like you'll sit down to even like watch a movie, fucking play a video game just to veg, and you're like, I should be doing something. And it doesn't always have to be making the music, or like, dude, there's artwork involved, there's the promo, it's fucking nobody wants to do, you know what I mean? Like just do all the little shit, man. Like, it all adds up.
I'll say it like this: I find time because I want to find time.
Yeah.
How much time do we spend on our phones? Like, you can just put that shit down and fucking make a hook.
Yeah.
You can make
it's all distraction. There's so much distraction in the world, and
there really is a lot of time in the day if you just fucking focus, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for no joke, man. For sure. All right, so shout outs. You guys want to do any shout outs?
Shit. First off, shout out Josh for having us.
Fuck yeah, Raponteur.
We
subscribe.
We appreciate the fuck out of you, man. You already know. You're a good friend. You're a great fan. Always been a super good supporter of us. So
I want to see this shit grow huge, man. Like you make a lot of connections just being the head you are, man. And I would love to see everybody you've ever taken a picture with fucking behind this little interview screen, man. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
And then obviously I got to shout out Foreigner, because without Foreigner there is no Straygodz. So
fuck that guy.
Shout out Foreigner. Shout out to Bar Red, the whole Bar Red family, especially Status. Done a an immense amount of things for us. 45, that's my guy. If it wasn't for 45, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now. When I was doing solo shit, first started doing this, he was the dude for me.
Huge motivator.
So big shout out to him. Shout out to everybody that I've worked with along the road.
Admiral Atlas.
Big shout out to Admiral Atlas. Shout out to Flows Rhymeswell. Flows has always been an intricate part of, if I have questions or stuff, he's a big part of the new studio upgrades that I recently made.
Another dude who'll keep it honest with you too. Like
he's real as fuck. So he'll tell you from
brutally if need be, and that's dope. Like that's what everybody should be at. You know what I mean? Like,
and then obviously with that said, shout out 80 Spades. Shout out Graybeard.
Fucking
Things that go bump.
Got everybody we've met through that whole.
Anybody that's come through Bar Red and fucked with us there.
Maurice, free Maurice.
Shout out Mr. Whiskey, man.
Definitely shout out Maurice. Maurice is my guy. Free Maurice. I can't wait till you get out, my guy. We got you. We're gonna have a fucking blast. I promise.
We're gonna do a camping and fishing trip. So plan on it.
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I got everything we need. I'm sure you do too.
Yep.
Make sure it's somewhere we can shoot guns, man.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Nice. And then shout out to all the just legitimate and honest fans that we've accumulated along the road. There's not a lot of them, but there's a handful of them.
Still appreciate
all organic. Everybody that comes to our shows, everybody that rocks our music, listens to our music. Because at the end of the day, y'all are the reason why we do this. So shout out to all of y'all. Much love.
Yeah, man. I think we pretty much covered the shout outs.
Yeah,
Right on,
that's
man.
what I got.
Well, thanks, fellas. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us.